games left. You've got. Do you sort of batten down the hatches now and kind of get after it?
Not really. No, we still got another game to kind of play with the minutes and look at the minutes. Again, I thought today the first unit had a good day. The second unit competed today, but again, we got to find out that 6, 7, 8, and 9 spot and make sure we get that rotation more solid. It may fluctuate until somebody just grabs it and runs with it and demands it and commands it more, so to speak. So that may take some time, but again, I like the effort of everybody. It's not like the guys on the second unit are not playing or not competing or not performing well, but they're playing almost at the same level as far as nobody's really stood out and separated themselves.
Are you still at the point where you want to see? Is it going to be a lot of minutes for the second unit like it was last game or last? Your starters might be
probably not as many.
Yeah.
Probably the starters will play some more minutes. We'll see how it goes. But again, it's not about winning the game. It's about guys playing together, looking at different things, looking at different offensive sets, and probably tomorrow night some different defensive situations.
Does it become about winning then on Wednesday? Do you take those two games and say, okay, we just want to see if we can win these ones?
Well, we'll probably still not winning we'll probably get closer to the rotation. Winning's always important, Mike. Anytime you walk through those lines is always important, but the bottom line is just seeing execution, defensive execution, with both units.
You mentioned yesterday was a little bit sluggish after the day off. Was today a better day?
Today was much better. Well, today was one of our better practices. Focus, execution was there by all three groups. It was a good day for guys to bounce back. I was glad to see that. The black group had a great day today, offensively and defensively, which is a starting unit. So that was really good to see.
Earlier, Josh asked Rudy about DeMar absorbing information from some of the other guys that have come from winning teams. Have you noticed that with him kind of leaning on those guys for new experiences that he didn't already have here in Toronto?
DeMar has grown. I don't know where he's getting information from, but he's grown as a person, as a young man, as an NBA player. He's doing things now just instinctively where my first year, 2 years ago, was more teaching and talking to him about those situations, where now they're natural. So that's a sign of growth. It's a sign of maturity. He has really, really grown as a basketball player. And most of all, as a young man, which is great to see. He is playing winning basketball now, which is huge. And it's not by volume shooting. It's by executing, taking what the defense gives you, reading the defense, and not only that, doing things on the defensive end that he did not do last year or the year before. So that, to me, is a sign of growth.
There's a bunch of motivating factors there. He mentioned having a family and having not won here in 4 years. Do you sense that level of maybe added motivation in him to win?
Well, that, and again, it's great. That's the thing about the NBA. You want players to dominate right now, but when guys are young coming into the league, it's virtually, I haven't seen it happen yet, and I've been in now 21, 22 years. Anytime a player comes in, there is a growth process, and you want it to happen yesterday, but it takes time, and DeMar is right on schedule. It's time for him to do that, to grow, and to be the player that he was drafted to be. And in some players, the light doesn't come on, and you'll know that after the 4-year period or 5-year period. But with him, the light is on, and there's someone in the house, and he's ready to roll. And now's the time for him.
How fulfilling is that as a coach? I know you haven't been with him since day one, but even in the 3 years, to see where he's come as a person and as a player.
It's great. I mean, it's beautiful because he is such a wonderful young man. He's paid his dues. He's paid the price. He's put his time in the gym. He's done it himself. I mean, there's no, he's done it by getting better, working on every phase of the game. He's worked on in the summer, coming back. He's improved on. This summer he got better defensively. So it is great to see it. I'm happy. And now, we have 2 or 3 other guys that we're trying to go through the same process, which is Terrence Ross, JV, And that's where we are in our program, is developing. And, we're getting closer and closer to winning. And I think when those guys grow and become the NBA players, we're ready to turn the corner, and it's getting closer.
A guy like Tyler plays the way he plays. Does it trickle down to the rest of the guys?
Well, it does, Doug, because if you don't, you get beat up. It forces you to play harder. It forces you to play more physical and learn how to play against physical play. So he raises a level of intensity when he walks on the court. His approach, he's a no-nonsense guy every day. I mean, there hasn't been a day where he's taken a day off, and that's also contagious for the rest of the guys. So for me, he come from a winning program. Indiana's been successful the last couple of years, so he's seen that growth because they were where we were, and I kind of used them the last couple of years as an example of their growth process. So he's been through that.
This is a city that seems to embrace guys in all sports who play like he plays. Jerome Williams, hockey players, baseball players, football players. Is there something special about those guys that get, not particularly skilled? Mm-hmm. I don't think you'd say Tyler is too skill set, but it's something the fans seem to love about guys like that.
Well, Doug, the number one thing is playing hard every day like that is an NBA skill. That is a talent. I don't know how you describe it, what you call it, but for the guys I've seen over the years that bring it every day like that, that is not easy to do. And you would want everybody to give it every day like that and hit people and play hard and take hits, get beat up every day, but it doesn't happen. But the guys I've seen, the Reggie Evanses, the Tyler Hansboroughs, the guys Jerome Williams, guys like that, that is a special talent that you need. I think is a big part of our personality. And a city like Toronto, a city like Chicago, I think has that love for a player like that. Utah, San Antonio, some cities have that flavor, that they like that type of play. And Toronto's that, and it fits me. I love that type of play. I like hit-first mentality. And the more guys we can get like that, the better.